take pills on an empty stomach? Is that a problem for you?
No, my stomach is a stomach of steel. Nothing affects it.
So you never feel nauseous. Sometimes I want to say nauseous instead of nauseous.
Why?
I don't know. Nauseous.
Where is that from?
Nothing.
Nauseous and goofus is what it is. It's nauseous and goofus.
Nauseous. Sometimes I feel nauseous.
I've never heard that word before.
Yeah, I made it up. You know what I think? I'm going to say this.
Oh, boy.
I think it all the time.
Oh, boy. This should be good.
I think that some of these fantasy writers, so we're going to say J.K. Rowling, for example.
Okay.
That's what she does. When she was writing Harry Potter, and there's all these weird words that they use.
Yeah.
Words that are not real.
Right.
They take a word like nauseous, and she just like throws a G in there.
Yeah, just change up the consonant.
And now it's a nauseous.
Yeah.
And then we all gobble that up. And we're like, yeah, that is a nauseous.
Yeah, of course it is. Does she use nauseous?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, me as a fantasy writer, that is my first word. Don't take it. I'm going to trademark it. Nauseous, TM.
Are you becoming a fantasy writer in 2025? Is that your New Year's resolution? To author?
Okay.
To pen a book?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything that AI can do for me, I've decided.
Oh, that is a good, that's a good barometer.
I just think if there's something, y'all, that you have set a goal, like, please just hit the pause and say.
Hit the pause.
Pause. Where's my pause?
Pause up. Hit it.
I don't have my paw.
I don't know. It's might be lost in that chair somewhere.
Here, I'll hit your paw.
Yeah.
Hit the pause and say, could I or even someone else do this using AI, using ChatGPT? Because then you're just wasting your time.
This is when Buckley's gonna come for you, because
I know
she's like, authors out here still trying to write books.
I know they are.
AI is just doing it all.
I know they are.
And people are gobbling it up. They're noggusing it up.
They're noggusing it up.
Or they're goosling it up.
Right in the goozle. Now, nothing is going to be better than like actual human creativity.
Right.
I do think that is true.
Yeah.
But like we're all just consuming.
But you're saying you're not going to write a better book than AI can write.
I'm definitely
that's not your journey.
My sister sent me last night, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, that Matt had considered doing this just to like test it. But now there are AI influencers.
Yes. No, you told me about this a while ago, and I was like, what?
Okay.
And there was an entire girl who was just completely made up by AI.
Yeah.
And she posts and she links, and that account makes money, but they get to hide behind almost an anonymous life, because it could be an 80-year-old man.
It is. This guy's name is Atul, and he on X says, I created my first AI influencer in September. September, he made 57 cents. October, $978. November, $6,000. December, almost $10,000.
I quit.
So
I quit.
I quit. Saying to you.
Remember last night on my story when I was like, I'm going to do better.
I know you did.
An influencer.
You literally posted that.
I quit.
And then my sister sent me this, and I thought about those two things in my brain at once. And I thought, maybe it's time to rethink, reevaluate.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
I think so. The 3 R's that we always say.
Yep.
I'm
over it.
Do you have, is that your resolution?
No, I don't make them. I already feel like I'm like stellar.
I feel like I'm trying to resolute constantly.
No.
I am.
I'm never.
Every Monday, I make a new one. Every Monday, I'm like, this is the new me. I'm going to actually like lift a weight this week. And then I don't.
Yeah, no. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
And I'm tired of resolutions.
No, I'm not doing that. Listen, I know that there are things I need to improve upon. I know I'm not perfect. When I said I was stellar, that was just like half a joke.
Only half.
Yeah, just half. Because I do think you need confidence in yourself.
Absolutely.
I think you need to know that you're a great person. I mean, there's a lot of things about myself I'd never change.
Yeah.
And so I don't need to be resolute about that.
No.
But what do I do? I do need to write things down more. I do need to make a list. I would like to check it off. I do want to, what else? I did say that we need to eat at home more. I mean, I cook a lot, but like we still are spending way too much money eating out.
Same.
I know that about us. I know that about our life. It's even the like picking up Lily from school and saying, do you want to run through Chick-fil-A?
Right.
Like,
and that adds up.
I'm a sucker because I do want an unsweet tea with a splash of sweet.
Yes, you do.
And so who am I to say no to her at 2:32 in the afternoon?
And you know they have clean tubes.
I know. They're always cleaning out their urns.
I'm just saying, like, not everybody has the clean tubes.
No,
so that
I'll know what that tastes like. That bitter, gross, old tea taste.
Okay, do you remember?
Ugh.
Let's talk about this because we never did on the microphone.
Oh.
And I meant to.
Ooh.
At my Olympics party,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if you remember this.
Okay.
We were in the dining room where Bella was doing the puzzle.
Yes.
So she's doing the puzzle and some of the other ladies were in there. And my friend Lisa, you know Lisa Pyatt? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in there. We're, of course, giving her a hard time because she doesn't listen to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, she literally has like a 3-minute drive to work. So I forgive.
Not okay, but no. No, we won't. No, we won't. Commutes are not the only time that you can listen to podcasts.
It's true.
You're cleaning.
I know.
Your laundry.
She's puzzling. She loves to puzzle.
Yeah, you're puzzling. There are other things that you do. You are putting your makeup on. You're doing your hair. Yeah. You're walking and putzing around your house. You're weeding. You're gardening. You're walking. You're doing a lot of things. I'm sorry. It's not just for a commute, Lisa Pyatt.
You know what? She's
not going to hear it anyway. Here, I'm going to drag her. Drag her.
Lisa is a runner too. She's a runner.
Yes. No, you know what? Runners do need music.
They need to
I think
hype.
a lot of times because they need to stay on beat.
Yes.
And that's what keeps them going. Joshua says it. He's like,
yes.
This is the perfect running song because it's the exact right beat for his foot to hit the ground.
Well, somebody said if you listen to the Wicked soundtrack 3 times through, it's a 5K.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I could do that.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
If you can run while listening to that, not everybody's pace is a little different, but
sure.
I think the average pace, it equals to about a 5K.
Okay. And I do think eventually I could do a 5K. Once
I
did that 10K, I was like, gosh, I could do a 5K. But I haven't tried it since. I have not run further than, when it's raining from my car to the grocery store since losing the weight. And I would be curious to see, is it easier?
You need to do it.
I'm going to try it. Anyway,
back to Lisa Pyatt. Mm-hmm. So we were upstairs in the dining room puzzling, whatever. We're talking to her about the podcast. And then she says she somehow came to what one of her resolutions was, which, y'all, this party was end of July.
Yeah.
But she said, I've had my 6 lattes for the year.
Oh, yes. This was such a funny conversation. Oh, my gosh. She only allows herself 6 bought lattes.
Yes. Y'all, it was the way she said it, you and I looked at her like, are you saying that was too many?
Yeah.
Or too little? We don't understand, Lisa, what that means.
Yeah.
But it just, when you made this comment about eating out, she eventually did explain it to us that it's like, no, I realized I was buying too many lattes. And so I let myself have 6 for 2024.
Yeah, I allowed myself 6 and I had my 6 and I won't have another.
I was like, what?
But when she said 6 a year, we were like, but that's too much?
Like there's 365 days a year.
That's 6 is too much?
I don't get that.
We couldn't believe it.
I still can't believe it. It is one of my Roman empires. I think about it a lot. I think about it every time I run through a Starbucks.
Self-control.
I know. She does have self-control though.
That level of self-control
the discipline.
Is extremely admirable.
Yes.
Extremely admirable. But I did kind of want to send her a Starbucks gift card, and just say, on us.
Let's do that.
If you start listening to our podcast, we'll just keep reloading this.
You know what?
How about that?
I think we need to do like a little PodcATTS field trip where we drive by the tree that I ran into. Mm-hmm. We can drop off a Starbucks gift card for her. Like there's things that we could do along the way. Maybe we vlog it.
That's a good Patreon right there. That vlog to go visit these iconic PodcATTS coded things. It'll be a little field trip around town. And you know what? I would bet my life that we could sell tickets on a bus for it. like the funny bus uptown. So there's this thing now called the funny bus.
Wait, this is a great idea.
I thank you so much. I'm full of them. Get me while I'm hot.
Ooh.
It's going to last about 2 more minutes while that Excedrin kicks in. So the funny bus, there's a comedian at the front of it and you can all pile on the bus and then they drive you around landmarks in Charlotte uptown. So you're touring the city while someone is also making you giggle.
Yes.
And it's so great. My sister's done it. She said it was fantastic. And so I think we need an PodcATTS bus.
Y'all, an PodcATTS bus in Charlotte and we're just tooting around all day. I think people would come.
And calling out, oh, that's the Taco Bell where I had to go to the men's room because the women's was shut down.
And where you also saw the cups and the rice.
Yes, and saw the cups and the rice. That's that Taco Bell. We would really have a field day, having a field trip on the PodcATTS bus.
And I feel and I feel
Yeah.
and feel that we could fill that bus faster and easier than the cruise.
Easy, yes, for sure. Well, one, no one needs a passport, so there you go.
If tickets are like $30, I feel like people will say, okay.
Yeah, I think we could do that, but I guess we need a bus. I guess we need to focus on that. Well, you can rent them.
Yeah, you can rent a bus. Well, you can get a party bus. I mean, we could get a Sprinter van. We can make this luxe. We could make it VIP.
Oh boy, a Sprinter van.
A Sprinter van.
It's like the Housewives. It's the real wives of Charlotte.
Real wives. That's cute.
Of Charlotte. And we'll go on a Sprinter van and we'll go around and do funny things, but we'll also be partying.
We'll be partying. We're going to swing by the Dunhill where you had your...
yes, the couple's massage
the special...
where I was finger banged and Joshua was jacked off. Is that too much? I don't know if we can say that.
I can believe anything.
Okay.
But that is what happened.
Yeah.
And it is the truth. And it was the velocity of the oil and the hand
Was that told on this or was that told on Patreon? Ooh, I don't know.
So many people laughed about it. It makes me think that it was a Thursday episode. I think it might have been.
We're just rolling those into regular episodes when that's why maybe this was even told pre-Patreon.
I think it might be.
It would have been something that I saved for it, I think, but that's really funny that I just told that story. Oh, yeah.
To the whole wide world.
I think, was it a Valentine's Day one? Was it our second No, we're coming up on our second
We're coming up on our third.
Third Valentine's.
Y'all, we are coming up on our third Valentine's.
Crazy.
We're coming up on our third February.
We started early February, of that first year. Yeah. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. We've been talking for a long time, and people still like us.
They do still like us, and
some do, some don't.
Yeah, and that's okay because y'all aren't even listening, so it's fine.
So who cares?
It's a new year.
Goodbye,
goodbye, and we're done caring. And
I'm not resoluting.
No,
not.
I resolute to actually try less.
Yep. Try less, do less, God bless.
That's where I'm at.
This was somebody just commented back on something that, what did I post yesterday on @? Hold on. It was really funny the way that it was worded, and I got to get it right.
Does everyone seem okay that we're only doing one episode a week?
No.
Oh, no. Some people are sad.
No, they're not okay.
Well, they can get on Patreon.
Yeah, they could. No one did. Maybe one. Maybe one did.
Great.
They want more, but they don't want to pay for it.
We're not worth the $6 a month. It's a latte. Hello, Lisa. Lisa, I know you can afford our Patreon.
Paging Lisa at the Patreon. I can't find it, and
you know why you can't find it because you don't have your glasses.
Yeah, and I really am.
Y'all, she forgot her glasses today,
and now this is me trying to squint through. Right here. If anyone has any experience with anything or knows anything about something, please let me know. I said taking this into 2025, and one of y'all commented back, Bitcoin?
Yeah. @coin Bitcoin, please.
I just think it's better instead of @coin, @bus. And I think that's more our style anyway, and I think that it's more our brand.
Yes, correct. The @bus is just rolling through. Bus 54. If we could get a bus with a 54.
And the name of it's Miss Benson.
The Miss Benson bus. Instead of Miss Fizzle, Miss
Frazzle.
Frizzle?
Frizzle? Frazzle.
Frizzle,
dazzle.
Frazzle.
Fizzle.
Razzle 'em, dazzle 'em.
Did you say Frizzle?
Frizzle.
I think it's Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle, but it's Miss Benson.
And that was the Magic School Bus.
Yes.
That's where you were going with that.
Her outfits were fire.
Yeah.
And if I had ever become a teacher, I definitely would have
leaned hard into that.
Leaned hard.
Yeah. It would have been Miss Frizzle Core is what they would have called it.
Teachers out there, I think y'all need to get some big skirts with like weird patterns.
Yeah.
And just like, we need to bring whimsy back into the classroom is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, our teachers were wearing like the vest with all the things. That was our time.
Yes.
We had the teachers wearing the very decorated, yarn crochet heavy vest with the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s, the rulers, the pencils.
But now these things are coming back.
Bella loves them. That's what she thrifts all the time.
She looks so cute in them. But
so
even your sweater right now, it's like the big kind of cardigans and funky prints. That is what's coming back. Y'all look at the kitty cats on Miranda with the black one.
So cute, right?
It's so cute.
I don't know how mirrors work.
No.
I'm really struggling.
This is our true mirror, remember? This is how we really look in real life.
The true mirror. Give me a break.
I just got to tell my kids about that.
What a hoax.
I would pay $10.
Stop.
I would.
It's just a mirror.
No, it's not.
It's just showing you a mirror. It's just a mirror. This guy is taking people for such a ride. I bet he laughs every night. I bet he falls asleep like this. Suckers. These freaking suckers.
He's the meme. Have you
Suckers.
seen the meme where it's like the gangsters counting their money and laughing and people use it whenever,
Yes.
some iconic moment.
That's it.
I love that.
That's it.
Now, y'all, she wore her cat sweater and she was excited to wear it, obviously, because we're the PodcATTS, but she forgot that I told her to wear what I have on because we have matching, because she bought me this.
Yeah.
Us this.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Yes.
For Christmas. I'm going to move my mic.
Yes. With my money, not At's money.
Yes.
Yes, I did. I bought it with my money. So y'all, we love Pookie and Jet. We love them so much.
Y'all, this Pookie sweatshirt.
And they finally did a merch line. It's called, the name of their merch line is Quintessential Love.
Quintessential Love. And if you follow Pookie and Jet,
good.
you know that he says quintessential a lot.
She's a quintessential princess.
Yes.
She's quintessential fire, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's their brand name.
Yes.
And they released the Pookie sweatshirt. They did a very, very short merch line, but that's all you need. That's all you need. Just have a few core pieces.
Yes.
So this one says Pookie. It's so great.
It's that, like, if you're not seeing, it's that kind of collegiate look. So it's like a baggy kind of oversized sweater with the red lettering that says Pookie across the chest.
a little bit of a bat wing on the sleeve. It's very comfortable on the inside.
Oh,
It's a great shirt.
y'all, it's great.
It's a great
quality.
shirt. We love to see it, Pookie and Jet, but
Yes.
we didn't expect anything less. We knew it was going to be absolutely fire.
Absolute fire, quintessential fire.
So they have been teasing this launch and teasing it, and then finally they were like, at noon on such and such day, that's when everything will hit.
Yes.
I had an alarm set on my phone.
I am
for this.
so proud of you for this, because
Thank
I
you.
also knew that this was coming. And in my head, I just thought, I'll remember. And
Surely they won't sell out. I mean, they've got to have a huge run of these.
And that Tuesday, by the time I checked, let's say 3 hours later into the launch, it was sold out.
Sold out every single size. Couldn't get anything.
Everything was sold
Every
out.
hat, every sweatshirt, everything was sold out.
Yep.
And so
How many units do you think they had propped up ready to go? Like, what are we thinking? How quickly did they sell and how much was it?
I bet that 1,000?
More than that.
No, I don't know. I mean, just based on having worked at Girl Tribe and knowing what they would order for a collection, you actually don't go too big because you can get reprints. But once you've bought and you have to sell it.
But you think even their size, I wonder if they look at their numbers, let's say on social media, and they're saying, okay, we're consistently getting 50,000 likes on a post. We're consistently, and can they see how many people saved that, like the alert? I wonder if that.
If they do that little countdown thing on Instagram that, you can put on a story.
Yeah.
I can see how many people set that alert. Yes.
Okay.
I can in my insights.
So I wonder if that is it. But they would have already ordered everything.
Yes. I can see the insights on the countdown thing. And then Pookie that day after I had ordered.
Okay.
So I think I got in. So I set the alarm. I got in. I was rooting around. Within 15 minutes, the only size left was small in the sweatshirts. And I was like, that's okay. That's what I'm going for. Anyway, because
15 minutes.
Yes, because I knew that they were oversized. So I was like, yeah. I think that we'll be fine with a small. Because Pookie had tried on several of the sizes in her stories leading up to it.
She did.
But she was pregnant for some of them.
And
then she was postpartum. And so I was just like, I don't know. This isn't very easy for me to kind of tell oversized or whatever it is. But I was just like, I know that we'll be fine with smalls. So I add them to the cart and I check out. And by the time I check out, I go back into the site. The smalls were gone. I don't know if we got the last two, but things were moving that fast.
I am so proud of you. I cannot tell y'all how tickled I was when she showed up with this, because I saw that they had sold out and I just thought, I'll have to wait for the next drop.
Yeah.
That could be 3 months from now. I don't know. I don't know how much they want to saturate with this particular design. They might come up with a new design. And I just kind of had to make peace with that. But then here you come.
Here I came, and I had to hold it in. I wanted to tell her, because I was like, what if she's doing the exact same thing to me?
Yes. I do have something that is coming for us, but it is coming from very far away.
Alibaba?
Basically, yes. It's coming from overseas, okay? And I don't expect to see it anytime soon, but I did order it a month ago.
Is Whitney Wild Rose behind it?
It's going to be so great. I cannot wait.
As long as it's something that Brooks Marks has created, I will wait.
You can wait on Brooks.
I will. But I set this up, but I saw on Pookie's stories that day, she posted one of the United States maps. And I'm sure that you guys had access to this too with Hopebox.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You could see where people were ordering
Absolutely.
from at that moment. And it was like the entire United States. It looked like an electoral map. It was like boom, 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 boom. And she was like, I'm literally crying. I can't believe all of these people from everywhere. We see you. We see you.
Oh my gosh, that makes me want to cry.
They were so excited.
They kind of started as a little bit of a joke.
Yep.
It seemed a little inauthentic, and you thought, who are these two, like this rich young couple, and what's going on here?
Where did they come from is what it felt like.
Yeah, where did they come from? And they have all this money, and they, but you began to see that Jet was so sincere and so sweet with her. And I do think that Campbell, as time has gone on, has really gotten more vulnerable. She's gotten softer.
Yeah.
She's been crying a lot. And I think some of that's postpartum, but she's, crying a lot.
She's so weepy.
She's very weepy, very emotional, loves the baby. Like, I don't know. There's been this transformation for good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think a lot of people on social media, it's not for good.
Yes.
Once that fame starts to hit, but for them, it's really actually made them more endearing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think that they are so much sweeter than even when they started.
Yes.
And I do think becoming a mama will do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see it even before that. I think that Pookie, where did I watch her get interviewed? I watched them get interviewed by someone, and I cannot remember who, but they were like, how long have you been doing this? Like, it feels like you guys exploded onto the scene. But she was like, no, I've been trying this influencing game for years. But but something hit. She was just like, people wanted to see, I was doing the regular girly influencer thing.
Yeah.
And then someone told us that I needed to feature Jet more.
Yes.
That it was about Jet reacting to me.
Yes.
Not just me standing there in my outfits hawking the skirt from Revolve.
It's such great advice.
Jet saying how fire I look in the skirt from Revolve.
Yes.
And he was already acting like that. She's like, I don't think it would have worked if it felt fake and forced from him.
No.
But at first, when it started happening, people couldn't believe it because they've just never seen, like, how sad is it that we haven't seen enough guys do that to their women on social media?
Well, just doting on her and like willing to say it out loud and not feel like I'm going to look like a tool bag if I say these things and say my wife is beautiful. And
or what they say, simp now.
Yeah, a simp.
Like looking like a simp.
I think that is what people would say.
And you know what? And there still are. If you pour through the comments, there's still people who, their favorite one is to be like, Jet's the kind of guy who sits in the chair in the corner of the hotel room and watches Pookie get by. And I'm like,
I don't think
that
so.
is not
I don't
nice.
think so.
Also, stop saying that.
Yeah, that's gross.
Don't be like that on Instagram.
Digital
it's
footprint.
Really gross. But that feels like projection to me. I'm sorry that you are not loved well by your person, but I can assure you Jet is.
Yes.
Jet's very well loved.
And
I think Pookie's very well loved back by Jet, but the point is that I think Jet is very satisfied in their marriage.
And I know they're satisfied with these sales.
And they are satisfied with these sales. The sweatshirt's great. I was supposed to wear my matching one today. We decided that the day I dropped it off, but that was a week and a half ago.
Yeah, that was.
So that's no longer, that day doesn't exist in my mind. And didn't think twice about it.
I know. I should have known.
Since that moment. Now, we did talk about outfits last night on text.
Yeah, I said bring two maybe because we don't know what we're doing.
That was as far as my brain went.
Now that we are doing the one episode a week.
How are we doing, folks? How are we doing with that?
So what were people saying? People were sad?
Yeah, just like, obviously this is a real bummer for me because I look forward to y'all just make my Tuesdays and Thursdays better, and it's something that I can look forward to. And 1 week is way too far apart to hear you and giggle with y'all and stuff like that. And so I hear that. Like, I love listening back to us too, you guys, because Kristen's already listening so many times editing. So she is listening to edit. She's listening to upload. She's listening on the YouTube to get that up. Like, she's doing all of that. So she hears us so many times. She pressed the big red button and then I go, bye.
Yeah.
And then I don't hear it again. And I have no clue what has been said. Because again, memory loss. So until I listen back along with y'all, I have no clue what I've said. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me now. And so it's fun for me as well. So I get it in that way. Like and it does help kind of break up the week and everything. So I'm with y'all. I get it. But we don't need to re-explain why we did it because, you've already heard that. But just know that the more we grow, the more y'all share, the more you link actual specific episodes, the more chance we have to actually get back to doing it more often.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because that then equals more help for us.
Yeah.
And that's, the social media clips and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Trey?
It is.
I think there is also a part, I was chatting with my friends about this, where it's like, if it's one a week, does that make the absence, in some ways, does it make more excitement around when an episode comes out? Because it's a little more rare.
Yeah, maybe.
So
like the Pookie sweatshirt.
Like the Pookie sweatshirt. Ding, ding, ding.
We just got to make people want more.
Yeah.
Yearn for more.
Yearn.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
Get here now. And maybe that will encourage them to then share about us.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
because you are back to being resolute.
Yeah.
We're not doing resolutions.
No.
I don't even think I am picking a word.
God, no.
In years past, I've chosen the word simplify, and I think that is always in the back of my mind, but it's just, I'm simplifying with this, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just really hard. I do think having my surgery is going to help me sit still.
Absolutely.
Stay put.
It has to.
It has to.
It has to.
And so I am looking forward to sitting still and staying put, and then maybe doing some things that I want to do to simplify.
I don't know that enough people heard that part, that Kristen is having surgery at the end of this month, and we really don't know what it's going to look like until they get in there that day of.
Yeah, I literally have no idea.
You don't know how much they have to take out. You don't know how much reconstruction there will be. You don't know what you're going to look like.
Worst case scenario is an actual surgery with like an open wound for 3 weeks, and then I have to go back in. So that's what we're saying, y'all. Like, we just don't know like how much time. Yeah. And here's my other thing too. We sit in here and we yell and we laugh, and I'm just like, will that hurt? Yeah. Will I be able to sit here and yell and laugh? Is that going to be painful for me on my nose? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, and just the way you look. I mean,
being on it, it's not like I have to upload a YouTube if I'm really struggling, but like, I don't want to make any promises because I haven't been given any promises. Right. I just don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're trying to be very mindful about that. Yeah. And we need people to hear our heart in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you are allowed and deserve to have some space after your surgery and do what you need to do to heal and get better, because we have the Absolute Nut Cruise.
I know.
And you have to be on it.
I know.
It is our biggest. We have spent, this is our entire marketing budget.
Yeah.
For the year.
I will do everything I can.
We have to get you there.
You know what I found?
We have to get you there.
You guys, this is really cool. And I will try to find it again and link it. I think a girl, Jillian, I follow. I think she's the one who shared it. I'll find it. It's these sheets, and they're clear sheets, but it's an SPF sheet.
Like a layer.
Almost like the zit patches, you guys. We all know about the zit patches. Yeah. But
That's what I'm envisioning.
It's SPF. And I think they're like different sizes, or you can cut them.
Yeah.
So
and then apply them kind of under makeup?
Well, makeup
or just put them on?
Makeup or not,
Okay.
it's keeping it, because what you don't want is a fresh scar just in the bright sun.
Right.
That is what you do not want. And that really is
I'm going to carry around a parasol for you.
Please.
I'm going to be, remember, wasn't it Duty? He's very famous for having an umbrella holder.
A person with an umbrella.
The person who used to hold it was a boy named Matthew. And you know how I know this? Because he used to be Kris Jenner's assistant. Or he went from Jenner to Duty, or Duty to Jenner, or something.
No way.
Somewhere in the back of my brain, couldn't remember to wear the sweatshirt, but I can remember who used to hold Duty's umbrella. And I don't know what that says about me. I'm ashamed. I just know I'm ashamed. I am. But this is my truth, and I am here to share my truth.
His name was Matthew.
I do. I believe that his name was Matthew, and I think that he went from a Kardashian to Duty, or the other way around.
And held his parasol.
I believe he held his umbrella, but for you, it will be a parasol.
It will be a parasol.
Yeah.
I love to think of you on the Absolutely Not cruise.
Yeah.
We will get a
Dressed as Pitbull.
a nautical themed, dressed as Pitbull,
Yeah.
nautical themed umbrella.
Yeah.
To follow me around, to keep me in the shade.
I will keep you in the shade at every moment, or we'll just stay inside.
I could
I
get
don't
one
care.
of those, the headband that's an umbrella.
You could do that.
That'd be cute.
You could maybe get Kathy Hilton's, what did they call lamp hats?
Yes.
Lamp
I could
hats.
get Kathy Hilton. Now, I'll tell you,
I will find you the exact one.
Aaron Hall knows about getting out of the sun, staying out of the sun, even when she is outside, because she wants to keep her skin protected. She's had little brown spots here and there over the years, and it really, for her, is only brought on by heat and sun. Her skin is flawless. It's the smoothest freaking skin you've ever seen, and she does not do treatments. She does not do anything. Like, she does not do anything special.
Good.
It's just,
I love to hear that.
It's good skincare, and it is staying out of the sun.
Okay.
So she sent us a link to this hat, you guys, that it sits on your head like a sun hat, and the brim is as wide as my arms.
No, stop.
I am telling
this is
you,
ridiculous.
the
though.
brim is like
Where are you wearing that?
I think on the cruise.
No. Oh my God.
I'm getting it. I'm getting that hat, Erin.
No, I'm just going to carry the parasol, please. I think that's less egregious.
You think you walking around like Pitbull holding an umbrella over my head is better than a big hat?
As wide as your arms? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Well, we'll see what the cover
It's
photo
giving
looks like,
Dory
and we will decide.
From the surrealism party.
Put your arm up like this. Okay, good job.
Oh, right, because you're going to Photoshop an umbrella.
We're going to do the umbrella. We're
Got
going
it.
to do the big hat. And
Do I
you
need it
guys can
closer?
yeah, here.
Hold on. Got it. I love when you can think of these things in real time.
It really helps me.
I know.
Sometimes
Gosh,
if I haven't thought of the cover, then I really have to think.
Yeah,
And I have to sit.
This is so simple because you can just do the two. One umbrella,
Big
one hat, done.
Done.
Oh,
Easy
love that.
breezy.
Beautiful cover girl.
Lemon squeezy. Did you see my new Stanley?
Cool. Yep. Another Stanley that spills. Another one. Another one.
Another one.
So this is from their, I assume, holiday collection because it's a little red sparkle with gold. And
Do not.
whoopsie poopsie. There you go.
She just poured it in her hand.
Oh God, what's in there?
The colostrum. She-
I should have known better. I should have known it wasn't just water. I should have known better.
It was the colostrum.
Now my hand's gonna stink like it. What flavor? It's strawberry kiwi or something?
It's actually it's two things are in there. It's peach revival colostrum.
The worst.
And a strawberry glow pack is in there as well.
I said strawberry kiwi.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I knew it. I knew something. And now what? So now I just had some baby's breast milk.
now you are going to be, when you get home later and you look in the mirror finally at the end of the day, actually you probably won't.
Nope.
Within the next 4 days, if you do look in the mirror,
Yep.
you'll be like, I am glowing. And
Yeah.
it's because you slurped a little bit out of my straw right
Yep.
here.
I'm sure it's because of that.
It
Not
is.
the other 28 treatments. It's the colostrum. It's the Amra, isn't it? It's Amra.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Okay, y'all, but this cup, why did I have to get this one? Look at the colors.
Red and gold. USA?
Mm-mm.
Red and gold. Silver and gold? Make new friends but keep the old.
What's another word for red?
Crimson.
No.
Florida State.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's garnet and gold, you guys.
Garnet.
So technically, this is, I guess, Christmas collection, but this is giving garnet and gold to me.
Yeah.
And so as we hope for a better year for Florida State in 2025, I'll be drinking out of this cup that spills. Thank you so much.
A cup that spills, and it does sound like a gunshot when it falls over. So that's
it
fun.
does.
It's too much.
It does.
And again, holding my one singular brewmate, the one that I own, that's all you need because it's a reusable cup. So if it holds water and then you refill it with water, you don't need 17 of them.
Speaking of one thing that you own.
Lock it.
Oh, yeah, you lock it.
You lock it and then nothing comes out. It's great.
You got a pair of pajamas.
I did. And it's the exact same ones we had in Costa Rica.
Oh, was
And
this a gift or did someone order this for you?
No, the New Year's Eve party that I went to was a pajama party. It was at Parasols where we do our trivia. And so I had seen on the back of the, bathroom stall door.
Oh my gosh, that is so
From
cute
when I
that
was
they made it a pajama party.
Yeah. So I went there, we go there for trivia every Wednesday night. I see on the back of the bathroom stall door, New Year's Eve, pajama party, serving brunch food, the whole thing, like really leaning into that. And I said, well, one, I love brunch food.
Yeah, we do.
Two, I would love to wear a pair of pajamas.
Yes, got to hit that bell.
I'd love to wear a pair of pajamas to New Year's Eve, whatever I end up doing.
Absolutely.
And we already know that we like Braswells.
I mean, that literally was the most ideal situation for you.
Right.
And so you went with Jackie, your sister.
Jackie wrote us a couple days earlier and we're like, hey, do y'all have New Year's plans? I said, I think we're going to go to Braswell's. She said, great. Can we come?
Love that.
So Greg and Jackie came. Jackie and I wore pajamas. The boys just wore their regular clothes.
Yeah.
No big deal. But I had to buy a pair of pajamas for her because I don't own any.
I love them. I'm so happy for you. Are you going to try to wear them around?
I have. I wore them, I think, on the next day.
Oh my God.
The next day I wore them all around my house and I said, oh, I see why people wear pajamas.
Yeah.
They're pretty comfortable.
They are comfortable. It's good to have. Now, y'all know I prefer my big gray robe.
Yes.
But sometimes if it's like, okay, we're all staying in, it's a Friday night, we're going to play some games or something as a family, I want to put on some pajamas.
Yeah.
Because you don't want like a nip slip when you're playing a board game with your sons.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
And the robes will do that. They will get you. They will get you
They're
here.
gaping.
Is that an areola? I see. And mine are hanging down sweet, low, sweet chariot. And so swing low, sweet low. I was thinking of sweet and low because that's what this tastes like. It's fake sugar. It
does
tastes
taste like
so fake. It's so disgusting.
Is this in your mouth still?
It is. I hate it. But I have nothing in my, hold on. Let me see.
I'm slurping it up.
Do I have anything in my purse that can take this taste out of my mouth?
Wait, I have one edamame beam right here.
Yeah, sure. Where? Was this in the chair?
Yes. Well, it was just on the table. There was one bean.
One.
Okay.
Yeah.
You really got a lot out of that one bean.
I'm trying to spread it around.
Spread it around all
Trying
the
to get
taste
all
buds.
over all of my tongue. But it's basically dissolved.
This does stick. I will say the colostrum and the glow up, whatever stuff, it will stay with you.
I don't know about that. That is gross. It's not just the flavor. It's just that artificial sweetness taste. It is so thick. It really coats the tongue.
Do you feel...
Really coats it.
I was just chatting with Matt about this. So I've told y'all this, that I'm a salty girly. I want the chips. I want the fries.
Yes.
But something has changed within me.
Something is not the same.
Something is not the same because over the past, 3 to 4 months, maybe more, I have been craving more sweet. Now, I am still not craving ice cream. You're not going to catch me at 8 p.m. going, I want a bowl of ice cream. No.
Okay.
You put a chocolate cake in my face, I am going to want that. Okay. But something, it's like we eat a meal. We could be home, we could be out, whatever. I want the dessert.
How long have you been drinking this? Consistently, would you say?
I mean, the colostrum, a couple of years, but the packets, maybe 3 to 4 months.
I think that when you start the day
Yeah.
with something that tastes so sugary sweet
Yeah.
that your body might crave sweets the rest of the day because it's chasing that sweet high.
Well, then you want me to get the unflavored?
I'm just trying to find a correlation. I'm not saying it's causation. I'm just pointing out that this could be a correlation because y'all, when we eat sugar, we spike.
Yeah.
Our levels go up.
But if this
and our
isn't
body
real
craves
sugar.
more. No, but it's the taste.
It's the
it
taste
still
that's sweet.
tastes sweet. So
Yeah.
then you're like, maybe your body's like, hey, this is so artificial tasting. I want the real sweetness. Please go get some
Please,
brownie
God.
a la mode.
Please go
Please,
to
God.
Firebirds
Yes.
and get a brownie with a
The
scoop.
warm skillet cookie.
Correct. Oh, so good.
Mm.
But in my head, I thought to me, it was giving very stereotypical middle-aged woman who's just like, I love sweets. And that I kind of hated about
No,
myself.
you don't want to be like that.
No, I was
No.
like, great. It's me
Because
and
you're not like
menopause.
other girls.
I'm not. I'm so unique.
No, you're so different and unique with your Stanley Cup.
But it's like me
Christmas
and
holiday edition.
menopause.
I know. It is-
Now being like, can we see the dessert menu? That was never me before. Never me before. I did the Christmas tea or the holiday tea yesterday at the Valentine.
And what'd you say?
But usually I'm like, I want the savory little sandwiches. And of course I ate all of that. But I also went for the top 2 tiers.
And you made a post about those, not the sandwiches.
I did.
You said these desserts are extra fire.
See?
Mm.
See? Something's going on. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same.
I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. Let's talk about that. I didn't sleep last night, and I'm pissed.
I slept actually really good.
God, I'm happy
Because
for
the
you.
last
I'm
few
happy for you though.
The last few nights in Williamsburg weren't my best sleep. And then, you're in a hotel. I slept in a hotel last night or night before. Wasn't the best sleep in the world.
No.
So when I got in my bed with my cooling comforter and my silky pillow, oh boy.
Did you hit it hard?
Fell asleep, woke up to my alarm. And guess what I was dreaming about when I woke up?
What?
I was popping somebody's zits.
No way.
Swear to God.
You dream about that.
I was down by their chin. And they had great skin. Great skin. There was a little bit of brown spots, but the skin was smooth. But there were some blackheads on the chin and kind of up around the nose. And I was squeezing them.
Oh, you
And
were
then
really getting in there.
And then my alarm went off. And I was so mad.
Because did you not get to see it come out? Oh boy.
I had just started.
That's what happens though. They stop you. Your dreams, your alarm clock stops you right before the climax.
Yes.
Remember when I was dreaming of Princess Kate and I wasn't able to tell her, hey, I met you at the coronation. Do you remember that? I'm the girl with the purple hair and the bright blazer and I was
You're still trying to get to it.
I'm still trying to get to it. But let's talk about that.
What?
Louie, my friend Louie.
Oh, yes.
He got to meet her again.
Did she remember him from before?
So what happened is, he went to Sandringham.
Yes.
Which is, the holiday cottage. That's where they are over Christmas break. And cottage, it's a castle. Let's have facts be facts.
Yes.
And so he was so smart. He's like, we're going to go there because you can, the regular people can line up outside of there too. And there's not nearly as many as a coronation, let's say, or even at the Dog and Duck.
Okay.
Where we were that day. And so he went and stood along there and here they come down the path and he's like, oh, she's on my side. She's coming to me. And he had a scarf made for her. So he had gone to Morocco with his boyfriend. I always want to say husband because I always think that they're married, but boyfriend.
Okay.
They had gone to Morocco, to Marrakesh, to the markets.
Yes.
And he had a scarf made for Princess Kate in the markets.
Stop.
With things that remind, woven into it.
Okay, that is so kind.
So cool, right?
Oh,
So he has this made.
oh my
He
gosh.
folds it. He wraps it beautifully. He writes a lovely note with it. And so he says, hello, princess. I had a scarf made for you in Morocco. And so she took it. And I can imagine that in the letter he had said, I met you during the coronation. And then we
Yes.
talked about how I teach English to French students and how you talked about how you wanted the kids to learn more French and da-da-da-da. And I'm sure he wrapped all that up in there. And so, but right before she came up, you could see on his phone that he had pulled up the moment from the coronation, from the Dog and Duck where we were. And his very first words to her were, hello, princess. Do you remember? And he's kind of trying to pull it up. And she goes, oh my gosh. Why can't I ever do the British accent?
Hello, Ari.
Yeah. Hello, Ari. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh boy, I hope I have a hard time remembering everything or whatever. And he couldn't get it. He couldn't get it to pull up
Because you would have been in that picture. Or
maybe, but he rerouted very quickly. He was like, oh, well, never mind. I can't get it pulled up. But here, I made you the scarf. And he kind of just like recovered and went forward with what he wanted to say to her. And they had another lovely exchange. And then he got plastered everywhere again. Everywhere again. I was so delighted. I mean, really, I was just happy for him for having the exchange. But then, of course, the Daily Mail picks it up again. People Magazine picks it up again. All the things. Here's a person who's gotten to meet Kate twice in the last year and a half. And
I mean, the fact that you somehow found the other person on planet Earth who loves her as much as you do.
I know.
Is crazy to me.
And
the fact that y'all found each other is so amazing.
And go back to that episode.
And I know a lot of people love her, but
yeah.
I think there is a special tier. Mm-hmm. This is a tier 10 of people who have followed her and followed the royal family and are really studied in the things they've done and what they do. And not in a stalker way, but in a way that's like the admiration.
Yes.
It's and the actual real like love for them, like true, real, just love. He feels that, and you do too, and y'all are one and the same. And
I'm
it's
so
so
happy
great
for him.
I know.
When I saw it pop up on his story, I was like, "Oh my God, Louis, you made it! You made it happen again! Oh my gosh! Tell me everything." And the sweetest part about him is that I'm just going on and on. I'm so happy for you. You made it happen. Oh my gosh! La 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 la. And Merry Christmas to you. And the very first thing he wrote back to me was, "I thought of you the entire time and how happy you would have been here if you were with me."
See,
why is he? He's the best.
Y'all are twin flames.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I love him so much. I love him so much.
You
will. So delighted for him.
Hang out with him again. Like you're going to go back somewhere and y'all will meet up somewhere across the pond. And
well, he's coming to America next month.
What's he
coming
for?
To LA. He's going to Disneyland.
Ooh.
He's never been, and he's like a big
Disney guy.
He's a big Disney adult, and he's a big Harry Potter head.
Oh my god!
And he's going to Disneyland, and they're going to be in LA for about 2 weeks. So
maybe
I don't know. He was like, "Can you come to LA?" I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I can because I'm going to Disney right in the middle of when they're going to be in Disneyland. I'm going to be at Disney World for the yoga.
What is that?
For the yoga. I mean, I'm doing Disney yoga. I'm doing Disney yoga.
Was this with Morgan? Okay, something is sparking a flame of remembrance.
Something has. No, she is running. They do like the princess.
Okay, yes,
they do the princess races.
That's right.
And so she's running a very long one. I think she's doing like a 10K and a half.
Okay,
back to back. You do them like back to back. One day is one, and one day is the other. Or maybe she's doing a half and a full. I don't know. It's nothing I'm doing.
Okay, but you're doing the yoga part.
Yeah. So I had said no to the running because when she asked, I was still nursing that annoying knee problem. And just to be totally honest, I gained weight training for a 10K and having been off the shot, I just cannot imagine gaining 12 pounds like I did then.
Yeah, I'd be a little gun shy about that.
I was a little gun shy.
Yeah.
And I told her that.
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't. My brain can't do it.
No.
And so she was like, I get it. So I had just said, you do it. Hopefully you'll find somebody to do it with you.
Yeah.
Love ya.
Bye.
And so in the meantime, Tiffany texted us and she's like, okay, I know that you didn't want to run, so I signed us up for yoga.
So you're going to Disney one way or the other.
Oh, I was kind of backing out of that, and the cost and the expense and everything. She's just like, oh no, we're good. We got it. So
Tiffany is like your sugar mama.
I know, okay. But I don't want to abuse that.
Okay. Miranda is still in a loving relationship with her husband, just so y'all know.
Yes, I still am in a loving relationship with him, but he doesn't fly me first class.
I know. I'm just letting people
Tiffany
know
does.
if there's any confusion. There's not going to be an announcement sometime.
She's in a loving relationship with Ciro.
Okay, I'm just letting
And I'm
people
in a
know.
loving relationship with Joshua, but Tiffany, she's got status. And
She does.
and if she
And
wants
Tiffany-
to take me somewhere, she's not putting me in economy and her in first.
Not like Bronwyn.
No, not like Bronwyn. So I guess I get to fly first class when she says, "Hey, we're going to Chicago and I'm booking your ticket." I said, "Okay, babe." I said I was fine with economy.
Okay.
I said I was fine with economy, but she was not fine. Actually, I didn't even say a word. You know what?
I think you
Now
just
that I-
showed up.
Now that I think about it, I said, "Yeah, I can go to Chicago with you." She's like, "I'm going to get your ticket." I'm like, "Okay, that's so nice." And then we were staying at Scott's house, so like there was no cost to
Yes.
going to Chicago. So I'm like, "That's so nice. Thank you. I would love to go." So when I show up to the airport, she has the tickets. I don't even have the ticket. They downloaded to her. So then we go through security, we go to the plane, first she takes me, of course, to the lounge.
To the lounge. Yeah.
And so we have our stuff there. And then we finally walk towards the plane and they say group 1 and I'm just sitting there.
You're waiting for group 9.
Yeah, my usual group 9 and this with the other stowage. And she says, "Okay, let's go." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's go." And then we sit down and she's like, "The only problem is the only thing that was left was the first row of first class. So you can't put your bag underneath the one in front of you. It has to go up above."
That's such a problem.
Yeah, I know. It was really hard.
Oh my gosh.
But I made it work.
2024 was really hard for you.
I made it work, you guy. I did. I'm a hero and I suffered through. And I just put my little purse next to me on the seat because they're so wide.
They're so wide. Did you glare at everybody who walked by who was poor?
Yeah. As everybody walked, I went, "Boo!"
I hope they crop dusted you guys.
I actually held my nose and said, "You stink, go." Y'all know I'm so joking, but that's what I always think. I always think when I walk through first class that people just look at me with pity eyes.
I mean, they kind of do.
It's just hard. It's like, what are you supposed to do? Smile at them? Then are you condescending?
If I was in first class, I think I would just busy myself. I just wouldn't even look at anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that anyway. I don't look at people.
I was trying to busy myself, but without a bag there's not much to go.
You're just like this. You're just patting around.
I just looked at my phone the whole time, but every once in a while somebody makes noise or bumps you and you do look up and you're just like,
Sorry, I'm rich.
like, I'm not meant to be here either. It's more the eyes I'm giving them. Like, I'm just as shocked as you are, like, like who'da thunk is really what the look I'm giving them. Like, I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
So that was a surprise for me as well. I genuinely had no clue that that's how I was.
But now it won't be a surprise when you fly to Disney for your yoga retreat.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing yoga in Hollywood Studios one of those days. But really, no, we're there. All things. To be serious, is we are there to cheer on Morgan. And so to Tiffany's point, she was like, I just can't bear the thought of Morgan being down there and running these 2 incredible races back to back and having no one specifically there.
I fully agree.
To cheer for her.
Fully
and I was
agree.
like, oh my gosh.
When is this?
So
what are
right.
the dates for this?
Sometime in February.
Oh, it's soon.
Yeah, it's soon.
Yeah.
It's next month. Let's see, February.
Oh my gosh, Morgan.
22nd, 23rd, 24th, somewhere in there, like the last weekend.
I think I realized Morgan was like training and doing all the things.
Oh yeah, no, Morgan's like a running girly.
I did not know that.
No, she runs in Waverly. You'll catch her running in Waverly.
Well, you won't catch me in Waverly because I can't
because they
get
didn't
past
fix the lights yet.
the left-hand light. Although I do have your new hack, but I haven't been back to Waverly since we talked about that.
No, whereas I had to go for the partnership. I had to go for the food.
I try to avoid. I don't want to go there because I can't get in. But let's go back to the middle where you said you didn't sleep last night. Why?
Because I knew today was a big day. I knew today because we've been off.
We've been
off for weeks. We've been off the mic.
Y'all, we have not done this in 3 weeks?
A long time.
3.5?
A long time. I don't know. Gosh, we had to have recorded early December, early to mid.
I think it was like second week. Dang, that's a long time. I hope
So
we
that's
still know
why-
what we're doing.
That's why I am a little rusty, and I think I am.
No, you're not rusty.
But I'm also still sick since the last time I recorded. Remember my famous words? I'll have my full voice by then. I won't be coughing or hacking off camera.
No.
Here we are.
Here we are again.
No, here we are.
But also you knew, and I knew too, but I think I was so tired I slept okay. But y'all, we knew we had to wake up this morning because school started back.
It's the worst.
It's the absolute worst.
The worst
And
week.
y'all, today is the most dreary, drab day I think ever. It should be snowing, but it's not snowing. So it's
33 degrees.
Yes.
But pouring rain.
Pouring rain. And so when my alarm went off and I looked around, I thought, but it's pitch black.
So dark.
Surely it's not 6:45. This can't be right. No, it was.
Oh, it was right. All right. 6:21 is when mine went off.
I've never wanted to stay in bed more, I think, than this morning.
Today was the day.
Just popping zits in my dream. Just happy under my cooling comforter.
I was miserable.
I thought of you.
I was miserable all night long because I still am coughing.
Yes.
I'm still snorting. So I still have to get stuff up. And then 1 o'clock. Okay, if I fall asleep, there's 5 hours. 2 o'clock. If I fall asleep, there's 4 hours. 3 o'clock. If I fall asleep, there's 3 hours. I finally fell asleep just shy of 4. Alarm went off at 6:20.
I'm so sorry.
But in my mind, I was thinking, why do you do this to yourself? It's just a normal day.
Yeah.
It's just a normal day. Yeah, you haven't had to get up in 3 weeks because Bella's been home. Even so, when Bella came home from college, she got up and drove Lily to school every day.
Oh, she did?
Uh-huh.
Bella, that is so kind.
The gifts my children give me are not in physical form.
Yes.
They
It's acts of service.
truly serve me. They serve me. Lily keeps me on task and reminds me of things and she organizes and she cleans and she does all of that before I even have to ask her. And then Bella knows how much I struggle with my sleep and she does everything in her power to help. Everything in her power. So she said, Mom, as soon as I get home, since Lily will still have a week of school, I'll take her to school every morning for you so that you can sleep.
I just love that much.
Isn't that the nicest?
She has a pure soul.
Just a pure, kind soul. So she did. So I really haven't had to get up in like 3.5 weeks. I know.
I know this morning was brutal.
So that's why I was like, come on. I know it's an early wake up. You're going to have to go to bed early. I mean, I took my nighttime meds shy of 11.
Oh, wow.
And I was up. I took NyQuil, Benadryl, and Trazodone.
And you were awake.
Could not fall asleep.
The power
Imagine.
of adrenaline. It's the power of adrenaline. Because I've realized that's what it is for me. It's like I can't ever let adrenaline like seep into me at any point along the nighttime.
This is why you can't like jump out of planes.
No.
Because your body will recognize it as a muscle memory and say, no, adrenaline, not here.
Yes.
No.
But y'all, I have a new hot tip I've been using to fall asleep, and I've been meaning to tell you.
What is
On
it?
the mic, off the mic, I don't care. I've been needing to tell you this.
Yeah, tell us.
This popped up for me on a reel, and it really stuck with me because I thought, I could do that. Now, we've tried all the traditional things to sleep, as we know.
Sure.
We do all the brain games. Here's what you do. You say in your head a word. And I like to do a word that's, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters, not too long.
Okay.
So let's say I choose the word cup. Okay, my eyes are closed. I'm trying to sleep, and I just think cup. That's CUP. So I think of a word that starts with C. Calculator. U. Underwear. P.
Pineapple.
Let's do a short penis.
Oh.
A shorter word. I'm sorry. That's what came to my mind.
Hopefully a shorter word, not a shorter penis.
Yes. Okay. So let's say if your last word was penis, then you're gonna go PENIS, and then you're gonna go pineapple.
Okay.
Pineapple.
Energy.
Elevator. Nighttime.
Igloo.
I'm
trying to guess at the same time as you to see if we're together.
Sock.
Okay.
Now we're going to go with sock. SOCK.
Okay, let's try to match our S words. Strawberry.
Salamander.
Okay, O words.
Octagon.
Octopus. Okay.
C.
Calculator.
Again! I didn't know you were going to do it again. At least we got that one. K.
Kick.
Koala.
Okay.
Okay, but kick would be better because then you can easily go with
you
kick.
wanted a shorter
You're right.
word.
So we're going to go with
you're going to
kick.
go with, okay.
K.
Okay. Kaleidoscope.
Oh, I couldn't even think of anything.
Okay.
Kaleidoscope.
Okay. Igloo again.
Icicle, I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
C.
Calculator.
So y'all get the point. So you're doing words and you're almost creating, you know what I think of in my mind when I'm doing this?
Like a Scrabble board?
A Scrabble.
Yeah.
It's creating a little Scrabble board in the dimensions
And
of
you're
your
mapping
mind.
it all out in your brain.
Yes.
And so your brain is very focused on this, so it can no longer think about 3 hours of sleep if I fell asleep right
Yep.
now. 2 hours of sleep
Yep.
if I fall asleep right now. You're just too busy making words, and eventually you'll get so bored
You're
of it.
so bored. That's what happens. And every time I do it,
I like this.
knock on wood, every time I've done it and I'm like, this isn't going to work. It works.
It works.
It works. Because then I don't remember anything after. And I'll wake up the next day and I'm like, it freaking worked.
I love that for you. I love when it works, and the next day you wake up and you're like, that is the last thing I thought about.
Yes.
Were my prayers.
Yes. The prayers.
The prayers.
Mhm.
Okay. I know that I have succeeded when I fall asleep during prayer time and I
Yes.
wake up going, I fell asleep during prayers.
Yes.
But last night I tried that.
You tried.
And I was so busy praying for very real things, as I usually do,
Yeah.
but these things seemed heavier.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
That then I got on the loop of, that
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah. Well, you're
And then I was
worrying
over-
about
Mhm.
those things.
And I was
yeah.
worrying about those things. And
Yeah.
so I, because, we sent Bella back to school yesterday. Like, it was
Yeah.
a big day.
Yeah.
We sent Bella back to college after her being home for 3.5 weeks. And that was even hard for her because she was like, now that I've been home for a long time, I realize how much I miss it.
She remembers the
It was-
comfort of home.
Yes. And it was very, very hard for her to go back.
Oh,
So
hate to
I
hear
was-
that.
I was dealing with that. That was on my heart and on my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, she still loves NC State and she knows it's her right place and she knows it's her place and she loves her classes and everything.
Yeah.
She's still, just really wanting to find friends. That is
Yeah.
still a
Okay.
pain point.
Okay.
Still a very big pain point.
PodcATTS, we're still hoping and praying and putting that out there. So
Yes.
please keep doing that.
Please keep doing that. And so, that was hard. And then Lily going back to school. So here I've just had my girly pops with me.
I
And,
know.
and now they're abandoning me again for higher education.
to get educated, get at
I've
it.
been begging them, just let me homeschool you.
Yes.
Just let me homeschool you.
I do feel like on this break, for whatever reason, I just, it's the song, Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. I didn't feel like that this time. We really were vibing this
Yeah.
Christmas break, and I was just really leaning into the family time and wanting to just have every memory and all the fun. And we just had a great break, all of us. And so I felt sad too. Like I was not, I could go another week.
Yeah.
I could go another week.
Just stay home with me forever.
Yeah, just be home with me and let's watch Office episodes and let's play games.
It
And
was so chill.
Yeah.
It was such relaxing. I think some of it was I had canceled a bunch of stuff just from not feeling well.
Yeah.
But then it was, my girls are just so much older. So I'm not momming so hard during the breaks.
And
I'm
I
not
think-
entertaining them.
I think for me too, like I have definitely kind of come into that. My youngest is now 6.5. You know, everybody can kind of do their things for themselves. Mostly.
You're not feeling like I need to get them out. We need to entertain. Where are we going to go? How are we going to burn off energy?
No.
Like that sort of stuff. You're out of it. And so you really can just relax. And so,
so
we need to
nice.
talk about some 2 and 2s.
We need to do 2 and 2s.
Okay.
We'll do it in 2 and 2.
Okay. Tell me something from Williamsburg.
Okay, well, let me tell you all,
Uh-huh.
since we're talking about the kiddos,
Oh, yeah.
Christmas break and
Yeah.
everything, big deal in our family
Uh-huh.
is I have now my first child with a cell phone.
I did see it.
Okay.
See it.
I got-
Congrats to Tinsley.
I have a child with a phone.
I know.
Okay.
How is that? How's that going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
Now, as you all know, Tinsley is great. She is a wonderful child. She is so responsible.
So
I feel
responsible.
very okay with her having this, not only to keep it safe, but to make good choices on the phone.
Yes.
But we have definitely had to have multiple conversations of a reminder that this is my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting you use it.
Correct.
I not only paid for the phone, but I pay for the phone continually through the month.
Yep.
And here's what I think has happened. We actually had a chat about it last night and she agreed. I said, Tinsley, I think because almost all of your friends and everyone in your grade has had a phone since, 5th grade. So they've had it for 5th. They've had it for 6th. They've had it for 7th and 8th. And she is now.
I am rolling my eyes so hard. For those who can't see, I'm rolling my eyes. That is absolutely insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
And so these kids have had all this time to become so attached to their phone, and they do view their phones as theirs. Even if their parents have set parameters and have ground rules, like they are, the phone is part of them. And so Tinsley has observed this for so long that I think she then immediately hopped into thinking that's how it is. And so I'm not necessarily saying that Tinsley's on it too much. It's more, we've had a lot of conversations about privacy. And Mom, what about, if I'm texting with my friend, like, you've put Bark on my phone and you're monitoring all this. What about privacy? And the conversation, last night was, you are 13.
I am butthole clenched for the fact that Tinsley even asked that.
Yeah. I looked at her and said, you are 13.
Yeah.
Your privacy is about 0.
Yeah.
It's about 0.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to this little device.
Yeah, this computer you're holding in your hand.
Yeah. There's no privacy. We're going to use privacy. That's how serious this is.
Yes, Princess Kate would as well use privacy.
Privacy. So I was chatting with the girls about this, and Ashley said, one of them made the point that when we were 13, there was no privacy.
No.
You were, if a friend was over, they're in the room with you and your parents are in the next room in the den listening to you.
Yeah.
Or you were on a landline phone.
That anyone could pick up and over here.
They could pick up anytime.
Sure.
Okay.
Or the family computer was in the one room and everybody had access to that room.
That's right.
And could walk by you at any time.
That's right.
And you had no privacy.
There was no privacy on the family computer.
No privacy on that family. And beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, beep. Everyone's hearing you dial it up.
Yep.
And you can't access the phone, so someone knows when you're on the internet.
That's right.
So there was none.
There was none. And I mean, y'all, we're talking 13 years old. What do you need privacy for?
Yeah.
There should be nothing. And I actually, that's what I had to say, is that I know you've watched some of these other kids think that they're getting away with stuff on their phone. And they get to have their Pinterest board where they have their, they're pinning little quotes about like, my life is so hard.
Right.
My mom and dad are so mean. And like, I'm shaking my fist at the sky that like, I live in suburbia.
Where's my cottage core?
I go to private school. Yeah, your life is so hard.
rough.
Okay. Like
Did y'all hear me in the front row of first class? Come on. I can relate.
you can totally relate to the privilege of these children making their Pinterest boards where they are emo girl on their Pinterest board. And I'm going, okay, now that I'm seeing what all the other friends are doing and what's going on, I'm connecting a lot of dots.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm now connecting a lot of dots, and I'm realizing that what Tinsley has observed from her friends is their behavior and the rules in their home. And y'all do you.
Yeah.
Okay? You do you. But
Every home is its own country.
that's right. And in this here home, we run our countries very much the same.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. I was signed into my girls. When Bella finally went to college, she was like, so are you still going to be logged into my Instagram? I'm like, well, you are 18. You're an adult now.
Yeah.
I think I can release that.
And I think by the time my child is 18, I'll release some of that.
Yeah.
But for now, Bark is going to be on your phone and it's going to send me alerts.
Yeah.
If you're listening to Eminem and it says, hey, this has been flagged for sexual abuse, profanity, and gun violence, I'm going to get the alert.
Yeah.
Now, I do love Bark because it has been able to direct me with, oh, we need to have a conversation about this thing. I never thought about that before. Or, oh, I need to show her that, like, don't pin this thing on Pinterest because even though it's totally innocent to you, someone else may not think so.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So Bark.
Or even following like meme pages. There's a really big problem on Instagram with this. And Joshua brings it up to me often.
Yeah.
Because there will be a meme page, a really popular one, and it's funny stuff, 20 in a row. And the next thing that pops up is a girl's butt facing the camera.
Oh, yeah.
And looking over her shoulder, and it'll be like, follow so-and-so for more, da-da-da-da. And
it's like, an ad.
He's like, why is this showing up?
Yeah.
And that meme page bought the ad and is letting them run it on there.
Yep.
But here the last 20 funny memes were about dad jokes.
Yes. And if you look at the comments, whenever it's the girl's butt, people say, I thought you were a meme page. I'm unfollowing. Like, I'm not following this garbage.
But your
anymore.
kid might think, oh, I'm just following a meme page.
You're right.
But there's all these ways that these social media places are trying to infiltrate. And yeah, I think that some of them are doing it very much on purpose to
Absolutely.
corrupt and corrode, and you have to stay on top of that. So really just don't let them have it.
And so that's what I've said to her is like, I'm going to be watching carefully what is popping up on Pinterest because Pinterest has really become social media.
That was the first app
can
that
leave
we allowed. That was the first social media that we allowed our girls to have as well
Yeah.
was Pinterest.
Now, I don't, it's not like Tinsley showing herself or really even has a profile, but you can leave comments on things.
Yeah.
You can have these back and
You can
forth
have DMs.
comments. You can have DMs.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those functions are shut down for her, but even still, things are going to pop up on there that you don't want your kids to see.
There's still a discovery page. In every single app, there is still this curated discovery page that they are going to try to show your children.
Yes.
Full of things that you can't monitor.
Yep.
That discover page. Same with TikTok, same with Instagram, same with Pinterest, Facebook. There's all this discover that you can just stumble upon. And the more you look at it, the more they feed it to you.
Correct.
So then you start to watch. I mean, I've even seen it on our PodcATTS page. Something will come up and it'll be like someone getting like a trans surgery.
Oh.
And I'm like, why is that showing up here? Why is it? We have never searched out that topic. I don't think we've talked about it. I don't think we've shared about it.
No.
So why is that showing up? And then you hover on it and you're like, wait, what? And then the next one comes and the next one. And so I'm like trying to get out of there. Get out of there. But it just keeps coming. And so this is what they're doing to your kids as well, is what I'm saying.
Yes, they are.
Because
they're feeding them.
Stuff. And then but they're curious. At least I know what that is. So I don't need to look at it.
But
nor do I want to, nor am I interested in it.
Yeah. A kid's going to deep dive that. And then, like you said, it's going to trigger to show them more
and more and more and more.
This has, I'll tell you what, I did tell her when she got the phone, please know there's going to be like an onboarding phase of this.
Yeah.
You're on it now. And yes, we've put on Bark, but I need you to know the conversations are not going to stop here. Probably over the next few months is my guess that there will be more frequent conversations about, hey, I saw that this thing was said in the group chat, or hey, I saw this or that. We've got to kind of work out some kinks of what it means for her to have a phone on her.
And how, like, do you catch her kind of looking at it and being like, I want your eyeballs?
Yes. Oh, I mean,
eyeballs.
We're very much like, we're at family meals. This is a way. Yeah. It does not go in her room. She's charging it downstairs in the dining room at the charging station. You know, obviously the school has a policy. Phones can't be out anyway, which is great. So I do feel that we are able to, as far as her time on it, I feel okay about it. I feel okay about it.
Yeah.
It's more just like, all right, we're in this now and we've got to
entered it.
We got to keep our eyeballs on it. I just don't want to get complacent with it. I don't want to make assumptions with it.
You won't. You're smart. We've talked a lot about it. You've watched my girls go through it and walk through it, and other friends. I mean, Erin has kids older than yours, and I assume that they have phones and have, had access to things like that. So you have several of us walking it just ahead of you who I feel like kind of have good grips on this.
Yes.
And the things that we have screwed up on, we've been honest about and told you and said, don't be like us in this way. And here's where we tripped up or they did or whatever. And this was a very real thing. And we had to pull back or we had to stop. Or, I mean, it's funny because as soon as Bella could have Instagram without me on it, she was like, I don't think I want it anymore. And she shut down her Instagram account. So I was like, part of me feels like they like knowing that I'm there to go to battle if I need to for them. And that, hey, my mom's watching and you can always use me as the scapegoat. I've always told them that. Just use me. Hey, my mom is on this with me. Don't send me things like that.
You know, I need to tell, that's such a good tip. I'm going to tell Tinsley that maybe right now you feel like, oh, what about my privacy? Or what? But like, I am actually what's going to keep you like, we installed Bark on everything. I'll say this. We installed it on Tristan's laptop, his iPad, Tinsley's phone. Like Bark is now in our home, right? And I think in some way they do like it because it's that little angel and devil on their shoulder, like sending them one direction or another. And it's like, Mom is freaking watching. I cannot fire off this text. I cannot say this word. I cannot look at that. And I think if they were to admit it, they say they like it.
They do.
They do.
I think that they really do like it because it's just, I can be an easy excuse.
Yes.
Like, and Lily has once she's had some friends in the past and they are heavy on sending content all the time. And it's not bad content.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. And maybe it overwhelms her.
Yeah.
And so it's even though I've said, hey, you need to advocate for yourself. You need to say, I can't open all of this, nor do I want to. I don't have the time or whatever. Then it makes me feel like I have to respond. If that's not getting through, then you can go, my mom sees how much is coming through. She thinks it's very distracting for me.
Yeah.
So you have to stop.
Yeah.
Use me.
Yes, use us.
But if I'm not on there, you don't get to say that.
I need to tell her that.
And so it's a nice, and it's the same thing that like if you're at a friend's house and they're starting to do stuff and I've given you the get out of jail free card. Hey, use me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my mom's blown up my phone. I guess I didn't, clean my room enough. And now she says I have to come home.
Yeah.
Use me.
We'll be the scapegoat.
I'll be the bad guy.
Yes, we are the bad
I don't care.
guy.
I'm fine.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Another thing we're working on with Tinsley is just like not being accessible 24/7.
Yes.
You don't have to respond immediately. And she's been doing a lot of that. And we've really kind of been saying, not only do we not want you doing that because you don't need to be accessible 24/7, but also like, it's not cool. Like you don't want to be the person that's writing back within 10 seconds.
I'm just sitting here waiting for you to talk to me.
Yeah.
Thank God you did.
Yeah. It's a little bit like desperate. So
Like,
we're
just
trying to explain that to her too.
Back off.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's funny is if you listen to this generation, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I saw that. Like, I can't comment. The reel was just posted a minute ago. If I comment, then I'm too pick me. I'm too soon. I'm too this. But then if someone texts you and you don't get back to them within 10 seconds, you think that you're a jerk.
Right.
So it can't be both ways.
Correct.
So let's just back off just again, because someone has access to you or just because you're accessible does not mean you're available. Accessibility does not equal availability. Please teach your children that and teach yourself that. Teach yourself that. I mean, there's people who, every time I post one of my texts and they're like, I see that you have 380 unread. I could never. It would give me so much anxiety. I'm like, it don't give me anxiety. I realize that I could be a little bit better on the other end of that. But like this idea that I just have to stay on top of it. And if I don't, like that anxiety, I can't live that way. But I don't want people to live their way either.
No.
Like I'm not saying that I'm doing it the correct way or the right way, but you should not have that much anxiety about not getting back to somebody within 14 seconds. We were never meant to live that way.
Leave that behind in 2024. Like I said when we started this, I'm promising to do less and try less in 2025. Just, focus on the family. That's where I'm at. Family.
Okay, I love that. I'm happy that you guys have entered this foray and here to help in any way that I can. I know it was a big deal and a big decision to come to because like you had said, she had already turned 13, but you still weren't quite ready.
Yep.
And so she's about to go into high school next year.
Yeah.
I get it. Like it
was time.
You need to start walking that path with them and teach them how to do it responsibly and all of that stuff. And so she's such a good kid. She's got a great head on her shoulders. I'm not concerned about her whatsoever with it. And now if she wants to give the Miller girls her number, she can, and they can chat.
Yes.
Okay. So one of my things is, have you been keeping up with the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation?
Okay. I have not. And I am very excited that you have written this down to tell me because I want to know.
Okay.
And it's all been unfolding and it just every time I would glimpse it or see it, it was never a time where I could do the deep dive.
Okay.
So now I'm ready to hear it all.
Okay. Did you read It Ends With Us? Are you a Colleen Hoover girl?
I have read some of her stuff, but I never read it and didn't see the movie. None of that. None of that has happened for me. But I know about that they were co-stars in It Ends With Us.
Yes. So It Ends With Us, Colleen Hoover book. Then Justin bought the rights to the movie.
Oh.
Justin.
Okay.
Bought the rights to the movie with his production company.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he has a production company.
Okay.
I think we would know the movies he's made with it, but this was the big deal. This was kind of the catch.
Okay.
And Colleen Hoover said, yes, it can be yours. You can option it. You can make it, everything. So I believe he's the one who cast Blake Lively because, again, it was his movie to make.
Okay.
But I want to say maybe at the same time, Blake was trying to get the movie as well and get the rights. I don't know. And so maybe this is where all the drama kind of started.
Okay.
But they filmed the movie. They make the movie. And he also was, so he was producing it with his company. He was directing it.
Okay.
He had helped rewrite some of this stuff with it and was starring in it.
Starring in it. That's a lot.
He had a lot of power. He had a lot of power.
Okay.
They do it all. And no one really had heard the rumblings of anything being wrong or bad or not going well on set or anything until the press tour started.
Yes.
And now, y'all, we're just doing press tours differently, right?
Yeah.
Like we have seen kind of this full court press where beforehand 1 or 2 interviews, if something really crazy was said in a press tour, it would come out. And now I feel like every day of every movie of press tour, we are hearing something.
Yes.
It's too much.
Yes.
Okay, so they start to do their press tours and people start to realize that Blake and Justin never do an interview together. Never.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's doing his interviews, she's doing hers. And then once that kind of was like, people went to look and none of the cast follows Justin Baldoni anymore on Instagram or on socials.
Uh-oh.
No one, including Colleen Hoover, the writer of the book.
Oh, my gosh.
No one follows him.
Okay. People will sniff out anything.
Yes,
Nothing is private. We find everything.
Yes, these super sleuths are figuring it all out.
I love it.
So they're figuring it out and they see that these people hate each other. Like literally, they must just hate and despise each other. And on the red carpet, Blake is promoting this movie as, my name is Lily in the movie. I own a flower shop. So bring your girlies for this rom-com. Wear your floral dresses and come have a night at the movies with your girlfriends.
Okay.
And Justin Baldoni is doing press and he's like, this is a movie about domestic violence. It's a very serious subject, where I was the aggressor and abuser in the movie. And so I just really want to focus on how best to help domestic violence victims.
Oh, boy. That's two very different messages. Oh, boy.
2 very different messages.
Interesting.
And so people are thinking, why is this so different? Why are they promoting this so differently? And not only that, but people started to say about Blake's promotion, she had also launched a hair care line right at the time that the movie is coming out.
That's right.
And so every interview, she's talking about her hair care line. So she's like, wear your floral dresses and get my hair care line and have your hair looking fire. And
P.S. Domestic abuse.
And she never mentions it.
Oh, my.
Never mentions it. And then other old interviews are now being drug up because they always are. And it's like, look at where she was rude to this interviewer. Look at where she was like this.
Okay, I did see some of these on TikTok, and I wasn't sure if they were related to what was happening with this new movie, but I saw some stuff swirling, and it looked like it was a PR crisis for her, where people were digging up clips where she was rude to the interviewers.
Yes.
Very, I could never.
No.
Some of these things I've seen, not even just her, but anybody. Some of these famous people, I just could never speak to someone like that.
I know you guys.
Not on my worst day.
No. Because did you see some of the Anne Hathaway ones come up?
Yes, I saw some Anne Hathaways. I sure did.
Yeah, I think, and I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. Press junkets and days are very long, and you're usually being asked the same question over and over and over again, and you're just like, okay, is anybody going to come with something new? Is there going to be?
Yeah, but no one is better than Cillian Murphy.
Oh, what does he do?
Have you seen people use his press tour videos for all kinds of memes?
Yes, I've seen them, but I didn't know it was from press tours.
Yeah. He's just like this. Yeah.
Just so disinterested.
I am obsessed.
So that, but Blake is.
But Blake's a B. She's been a little bit of a B.
Yeah. People are like, she's just rude. And now she's using the entire press tour for this very serious movie to promote her hair care line and to promote Deadpool versus Wolverine because again, Ryan Reynolds is her husband.
Right.
He was doing a lot of the press tours with her. And so she'd be like, and don't forget to go to Wolverine versus Deadpool in theaters at the same time, blah, 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 blah. Now, Justin, Blake, and Ryan are all repped by the same management company. I think CAA.
This is very messy.
Very messy. And they know who their top dog is. And that's Ryan.
That's Ryan.
Obviously.
It's gonna be
we all
Ryan.
know it's Ryan.
Correct.
Love Ryan.
And everybody likes him. He's likable.
Love him.
He's very likable.
He does Mint commercials for Mint Mobile.
Yes.
Like he has humbled himself.
Yes. He's very
anybody using that podcast? Let us know. I'm always curious about it because they promote it on the podcast app, and
Yeah.
like I hear it all the time. I'm like, are people really
people
doing that?
Using Mint Mobile?
Are they really? See, what I can't do is I can't have that speed toggle down after a certain amount. That's what's really hard for me personally. And it sounded like it was like after like 40 gigs. I don't know what that really means, but it sounds like it's not enough for me.
No.
So it's not going to be me, my journey. But y'all let us know if you've done it and tell us the truth.
Yeah, I want to know.
Because the price is right. The price is right.
But you know what, Ryan Reynolds, it's almost like a Chris Pratt. Like that, there's certain guys in Hollywood where they haven't gotten an ego. They don't think they're, the cat's pajamas.
No.
They definitely are just like, we're a regular guy. You feel like they could come over and hang out with you and your husband.
I want them to.
I would love that.
Literally.
That'd be super fun.
So fun. I love Deadpool too. So I'm a big Ryan Reynolds stan.
Yes.
I have no hate in my heart for Blake, but I have no love in my heart for her either. I don't know that I've actually seen her in anything. Like, I'm not a Blake Lively stan.
Yeah.
I don't feel one way or another about her. Same for Justin Baldoni. I don't know anything about him.
No, nothing.
I'm not a Justin stan.
I feel very neutral in this.
I feel that's my thing.
Neutral.
I am neutral in this. I am seeing, I am trying to observe, and I'm trying to come up with my own conclusion about who is right and who is wrong. And at the end of the day, I came to the truth lies somewhere in the middle with these folks.
Almost always.
I don't know why they hate each other. It must have been really bad on set after the movie. You can't even do promotion. You're supposed to be the main love interest. Wow, whoa-wee, wow.
I mean, that's a good actor and actress to think,
right?
To act like you are in love in a movie and actually hate each other.
Because I never saw it, but people said it was very believable. Like that they had good chemistry together.
It makes me want to watch it.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
So everything comes out after the movie. The super sleuths start going crazy, and people have very much decided to be Team Justin in this and not Team Blake. That he did a better job kind of showcasing what the movie was about. He took it more seriously. He wasn't promoting some other business venture on the side. Okay. Then it came out maybe a week ago or so, that he hired a very good PR firm, and their entire mission during the press tour was to take Blake Lively down. And they had stories pumped out there and strategically placed on X and on TikTok.
So all those clips of her, quote, being rude were kind of pieced together to make her look as bad as possible.
Yes. And that people were doing it, and that they were hired to do it, and then to talk about it. And so she ended up suing him. Blake Lively has now sued Justin Baldoni. And that's how it all came out. So,
what?
Yeah. So she decided to sue him for ruining her reputation, and had all these text messages. Now, I don't know how she got the text messages from his PR firm.
But it's been proven that he did hire these people.
It has been proven that they were hired. Some people are saying that the text messages were doctored. He has now countersued her. And he is now coming out with his own text messages. It is so messy,
I've
y'all.
never seen such mess.
It's so messy. It's better than any Housewives show. Not really. Salt Lake is totally bringing it, and we can't get better.
Superior.
It's superior. But it is getting so messy. And at the end of the day, I don't know who is going to be proven right or wrong in this situation, but I will be at the case.
I was just going to say, it's giving Johnny Depp, Amber Heard.
So the PR firm that he hired is the same one that Depp heard. That Depp hired, and they think that that's a big reason why Amber Heard got so much negative press too. Now, I want to say, as someone who followed that case obviously very carefully and went to it, no, I think Amber kind of did that on her own.
She did that on her own.
But yes, are there companies out there with the sole focus of drag her? Yes,
it's really, I've never thought to think that in my head, PR firms, it was always just to help you look better, right? It was your reputation's on the line, right? And so we will hire them and we'll promote you and you're going to look great. I never considered that there are PR firms that exist to drag people and ruin their reputation.
Oh, very much so. I mean, I don't think that that's how it necessarily started out, but I think with the advent of social media and virality, and just how quick, and with hashtags and how quickly you can search "I hate Blake Lively" and then go down that rabbit hole.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Well, now I feel a little bamboozled.
It is a designed effort to try to take somebody down, and that's why we need a weather eye.
We do need a monocle on, because there's the monocles. I saw all these Blake Y'all, so many people were talking about this. I'm rarely on our TikTok app, but I happened to be when all of this was going on. And every single TikTok was people getting on here talking about Blake. Look at this clip. Look at that clip. Look at this one. Look at that one. Scarlett Johansson.
Yep.
I am shook that was all manufactured and pumped out into the social medias.
So it starts out as manufactured, right, by these firms, and
but then people ran with it.
The text back and forth. It's like, oh, I really loved what you said about her there, and I really, yes, this was exactly what we needed to say and do. Oh, and then people are taking off, and then one of the people from the PR firm even said, I can't believe how well this is working, even though I don't even believe him. Like talking to another person in the firm, like even though I don't agree that he is actually this good of a guy, like I can't believe that people are falling for it.
You know what job
It's
I would love to
crazy.
have is to be the person that works at Apple. And the courts come to me and they say, we need the evidence, the real, true proof of these texts. We need to know if they're doctored. We need to know what was unsent. We need all of it.
It's all there.
We need the backlog. And then I put on some glasses and I look very cute in this montage, by the way.
Of course.
I have on like a little button down. But a lot of jewelry still. And the room is dark. And the computers are whirring. They're whizzing and whirring in the back. And I am hacking in. I am hacking into this PR firm's text. I'm hacking into Justin's text. I'm hacking into everything. And I'm pulling it all. I'm standing
You're
at
the cat on the keyboard.
and then I get to sit on the stand
Titillated.
and say, I work for Apple and this is the real text.
And these are the hard, what did they call it during Depp Heard? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what did they say?
Like encrypted, whatever. Like these are the real deal things and they cannot be manipulated.
Right.
Like they were doing this with the pictures.
Yes.
They were saying, no, this is not the raw file, actually. We can tell that it has been Lightroomed, Photoshopped.
Love it.
To make the bruise look bluer.
That's right. Her bruises.
To make the blood look redder. To do whatever. No, this is actually the 5th iteration of this photo. Let's back it all the way. They couldn't get to the raw file sometimes.
But they could at least prove.
Say, this has been put into Lightroom.
Yeah.
And the Clarendon filter has been put on it. They can tell. They can tell these things. So I am going to keep y'all posted about where this goes. But at this point, we have had sue, countersuit.
So will they be in a full-blown trial, like in a courtroom?
It depends. Let's see. Can mediation solve this for them? Can there be some public apologies made and we just say, okay?
Has Ryan Reynolds said anything? Like, has he made a statement?
And also her bestie Taylor Swift has not said anything. But just know, but the CAA, I believe their, agency firm dropped Justin and kept Blake and Ryan.
Okay.
So that does tell you a little bit. But I would only say a little bit. I'm not actually putting too much stock in that detail because even if Blake were wrong, her and Ryan come as a package deal and you can't lose Ryan.
Can't lose Ryan Reynolds.
You just can't. You make too much money in the 10% or 15 or however they've structured their deal with him in Deadpool alone. They can't lose it.
No.
For Justin Baldoni?
No.
Who's making $1 million a movie? No, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm not saying, that's not my smoking gun. Like people are like, oh, then we know who is in the right and who's in the right. I'm like, that's not a smoking gun to me.
No, because we're still following the money. We know this, you guys.
Exactly.
PodcATTS, we've
How many
told
times?
you. Follow the money.
Okay, but I will keep you posted. I'm very excited to continue to follow along and obviously be your pop culture princess.
Obviously. And going to all the trials.
Yeah.
Okay. My second thing is related to shoes.
Well, why wouldn't it be? And I do see a little something tucked away here.
I got 2 things shoe related that also have to do with Wicked.
Of course they do. Of course. They made Croc charms.
Wicked.
Stop.
Croc charms. You guy. Look at it.
These are so good.
Are they not so good?
Oh, they're gorgeous. And it gets you your gold.
And it has the gold.
You've been wanting to wear more gold. Yeah.
And if they were silver, that would be great. But these are going to look.
Is that what they said? You said I need to be wearing more silver or more gold.
I need to be wearing more silver, but I like gold.
Yes, but you love gold.
I love gold.
Yeah.
These are going to look fire on my Crocs.
So good.
When I update, I will upload a photo for you guys. but it's 5 different charms, and
It's the Emerald City, the word wicked in their, traditional font. We have a flying monkey. We have the hot air balloon. And then we just have the Oz.
the Oz symbol, the Oz crest, some might say.
Yeah, it is crest.
How cute.
They're gorgeous. And they are uniquely you.
They're uniquely me.
Okay, don't forget that. Y'all, did you guys hear the big hullabaloo surrounding the Wicked merch?
No.
Okay, so the reason why it's so hard to find things right now, specifically the dolls.
Yeah.
So Glinda and Elphaba, they did the dolls, they did all the things. Well, some dum-dum over at the big HQ
Yeah.
typed www.wicked.com on the back of every single piece of merch.
I heard about this. And where does that take us?
A Piern site.
Oh, not the Piern.
Not the Piern. It's the Piern. It's the Kiern.
Ah,
It's the Sigs.
this is not good.
It's not good. So they had to pull every single item off the shelf because kids were typing in www.wicked.com, holding their little alphabet doll. And it's not good. It's actually wickedmovie.com. That is such an egregious,
It's
humongous,
so bad.
costly error. My heart goes out to the person who did that because I don't think it was intentional. A lot of people, now I've heard the chatter from the people.
Thinking that they're trying to ruin our kids, so they did it on purpose.
There's-
But I don't think so, because they could easily trace that back to who did it.
Exactly.
It's easily traceable.
I really don't think that someone was like, this is the grand idea to take all the children out. And do I think that
No.
they're serving your kids stuff in the Discovery page? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. But do I think that this happened for Wicked? I don't. I think it's such a costly error. The trade-off I just don't think it's there. But yeah, so wickedmovie.com is what should have been typed there.
Wow.
Wicked.com
Does
is.
this have a website on the back of this thing?
That's what I was just looking for. It
it
does
have-
not. I'm not seeing any website on the back of this one. So I think that's why this one is still being sold.
It would
But
be a relic if I had a Wicked.com one.
I know. There are people out there holding boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we got our Pookie sweatshirts, I texted
That's
her and I
right.
said, keep your quintessential love bag that it came in, because if that brand 20, 30 years from now is like an iconic brand, we will have the first packaging they ever sold.
Exactly. Kind of like, when people keep their Hermes
Yes,
bags
yes.
and their Louis Vuitton boxes
Yeah.
and things like that.
Because you just never know.
You don't.
So
You never
this
know.
is
Where's
my-
your second shoe thing?
My second Wicked shoe thing. I mean, this is so niche.
It
It's
is
so niche.
extremely niche, some would say.
This was from Sister Lauren,
Which-
one of my gifts. Look at these.
Oh,
Adidas. So you know what?
I want these. I've been wanting these.
Y'all, these
Oh.
are green suede Adidas, but the stripes are pink, and it literally looks like it was a shoe made for Wicked.
Obsessed. Oh, so this is not like an official partnership.
No,
Sister Lauren just saw them and said,
she saw
you
them
must have these.
and said these are Wicked. How thoughtful is that?
I love the smell of new shoes.
I know, me too.
I love.
And I love the thickness of the
Gosh,
sole. I think
yes,
it's
it gives you a little
just right.
platform.
Just right.
Yes, these are so good. I love that the Adidas like gazelles and sambas and things are coming back in.
Yes.
Not that they ever like fully went away, but I'm telling y'all, when I was a teenager, the gazelles
Yes.
were it.
And you know what, y'all?
Or
If you
it.
do want to wear a sneaker with a dress, I'd say something more like this, because number one, it's not dirty, filthy.
It's not dirty, filthy.
And number two, this is spring colors. It's
Yeah.
adding a little life to
Okay.
your foot. That's not just a dirty white sneaker. So I'll allow
And
this.
not $600 for that already dirtied sneaker.
Correct. And y'all know I'm Adidas loyal. So this is extremely niche. Sister Lauren, thank you so much for these. I'm obsessed.
Obsessed. I love that so much. I was trying to think if my second thing could be Christmas related, so I could segue into it.
It can be.
But I'm not big.
It can be.
Thank you. In my mind, I'm like, I don't think that I got anything that I was like, oh my God, I got to tell y'all about it. But I also do not like to receive gifts. So I absolve everybody from that, that discussion.
Yes. But
But-
something did happen.
But something did happen.
and I just handed Miranda a prop.
And I went to, so I'd already gotten the Pookie sweatshirt
Yes.
for Kristen. And we have decided to not exchange anymore. But this was so specific. And again, I'd ordered it like before.
Yes.
It didn't feel Christmassy. It just came in around the same time.
I do feel that now we like sprinkle gifts to each other randomly.
But that's
like
what
there's
I want.
no expectation on a certain day. It's
That's
more
what I want, Kristen Brills Timmerman. And I'm glad that you're finally seeing the light.
Yes.
Just that.
Like the thing I ordered from Alibaba for you or wherever it's from, I'll just give it to you when it comes. Like it doesn't matter when.
Yes, because I don't like this like build up in anticipation.
I know.
Because you heard me on my stories. What it boils down to for me is this like, how well do you know the person? Do you know them so well that you could get them the best gift, the one that they want in their heart's desire?
Yes.
It's like, that's not what gift giving should be about. It's like this proving of the best friendship. My glass is higher.
Yes.
My Stanley's higher. My BrewMate's higher. I don't like that. So like when I see something and I think, I mean, every day I could buy you something because everything reminds me of you. And I know you feel the same way.
But I do feel that you did do that with this gift.
But this one?
But you actually did do that.
Kind of. But I got to give Kristen Downing all the props. All the props. Because y'all heard a couple episodes ago, Kristen talked about this Christian raps.
Christmas
rap music cassette tape that she had as a kid.
Yes.
And that every song sounded the same.
So this was when Miranda showed me, or we listened to the It's Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, right? And I said, gosh, it's reminding me, that same beat is reminding me of my Christmas rap cassette that we got from the Big Lots in Williamsburg. It's very specific. It's very niche. There's now a Marshall's there instead of a Big Lots.
Oh, it's okay. We do love a Marshall's,
it's
but man, Big Lots hits.
I know. It's a great Marshall's,
Okay.
but Big Lots did file for bankruptcy.
I'm not okay with that.
And they were all going to shut down, and we were mourning the loss of the Big Lots. Guess what?
Who swooped in?
Roses swooped in.
Roses.
And they decided to revive about 200 of the locations.
Oh, boy.
I know. Way to go, Roses.
But I did love a Roses growing up, too.
Yeah.
There's one in West Jefferson we went to all the time.
Thank God we still will have Big Lots. Anyway.
Capital H.
Christmas wrap tape. And then I said, but I know that Pam donated it at some point along the way. You know, CD players come out. We have no use for cassette tapes.
Yeah.
But I was really sad about this. It is a Roman Empire for me. I do think about it.
Every holiday season.
I
wonder,
joy
where is it?
to the world.
The Lord has come.
Let earth receive her king. Okay, so
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. It's the exact same beat, and they just changed the words. And Kristen had mentioned this, and somehow Kristen Downing, one of our podcast's loyal followers of ours personally in our lives, we've met. OG. She sends a DM to All That to Say.
Okay.
To All That to Say's Instagram page, sends a DM, and she goes, but thank God I was the one to open it.
Yeah, I never saw this
opened it.
DM. I never saw.
And she said, I think this might be the cassette tape. I think I found the cassette tape that Kristen was talking about. And I was like, how will we know? She's like, maybe ask Pam. Well, I didn't. I just ran and bought the cassette tape as fast as I could on the internet, got the cassette tape. And I said, we'll just have to figure out together. And if not, I wasted not a lot of money. The cassette tape, I think, was $5.99. It cost more to ship it than it did.
Yes, I bet.
To even have the cassette tape.
Yes.
But I got it in, and I could not wait to give it to Kristen. And what's so cool is it didn't dawn on me until I was halfway over to driving here that how are we going to test it? Who has a cassette player?
Y'all.
But my dad has one at his house. And I'm like, I should have just brought, because we got like a record player cassette, play CDs. It looks really cool, like the old Victrola, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I should have brought that. Damn. Well, I walk in, I give her the gifts.
Okay, first of all, she pulls this out.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
A flashback.
a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
Just like, that's it.
Uh-huh.
So there were 3 parts during this time where it was being revealed to me that this is the tape. And the first part was looking at the cover of it. This white cover with the red font that says Christmas rap music. When I first saw it, I thought, that's it. That's the tape. I know that it is. This is it.
Yeah.
I can feel it. So I squealed with delight. I was overjoyed. I couldn't believe it. I said, this is the best thing I've ever received in my life. Oh my gosh, right? Like freaking out that I am holding this tape.
Beaming I was.
I can't even, like, there's just no words. And so then we say, we got to try to listen to this. And I look over into the corner of our room, our living room, and I realize that 2 days before, Matt's dad had gifted Tinsley a Victrola player.
The exact same thing.
The exact player that has a cassette player on the side.
Y'all hadn't even plugged it in yet. You're like, plug it in, Tinsley.
Literally, we hadn't taken like the wrapping off on the inside. No. And I said, oh my gosh, we can play this cassette right now.
Amazing.
Right now.
Amazing.
I mean, that was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Could not have, I couldn't believe it. I was literally shocked when I look over. I'm like, that has a cassette thing on it. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There's just no, I can't even believe that this was happening to me.
Yes.
So we plug it in.
You pop it in.
I pop it in. I start hearing it. And I'm like, this is it. It's the guy's voice. I know that this is it. I know, and it's the beat, just like I told you.
Yep. Exactly it.
Joy to the world. Okay. So we immediately
FaceTime
Pam. We FaceTime Pam. Mom's in the car. They're driving down the beach. I'm like, Mom, look at this. Does this look like it's the right cover? She's like, I think it is. And then she says, if the guy sounds like he recorded it in a bathtub, that's it. So we play it and we hold the phone up for Mom and she's like, that's it.
That's the bathtub.
She's like, hear how it sounds like it's in a bathtub? And I was like, it does.
She's right.
It does.
She's correct.
And so we listened to some of this. My mom can't believe it.
No, she couldn't.
And one of the funniest parts of this conversation with Pam was her saying, Mandy, I already undecorated. Everything's gone. I put it up. I started Christmas night putting everything away.
Sure did.
And you said to her, well, we wait through the new year.
For the epiphany.
Today. And she said to you, well, my epiphany was this Christmas crap needed to be taken down.
And she's not wrong.
Yeah. So her epiphany was it needs to go away and she needs to go to the beach. So,
and she did.
And she did. So this was a delight to send this to Mom and to play this for Mom. But number 3. So, okay, first was the cover.
Yep.
Second was him sounding like he's in a bathtub.
Yep.
But the moment that I knew without a doubt on my life that this was the tape was when it was doing the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes.
And in the 12 Days of Christmas, it starts singing and it's going through. And it's 2 guys and a girl. Mm-hmm. And at some point in the song, as they're getting down to, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yes.
I said out loud, along with the song, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, you knew it. You knew the exact thing. It came, the muscle memory
came back to my mouth.
Came right back.
And I went, and a partridge in a pear tree. And that was it.
And you knew. And then she goes, I think that this might be our exact tape. She goes, I think that this could be our exact tape. Like the one that we donated eventually got listed and then you bought it. And then here it is. Like if Pam could say, yeah, I made this little black mark right through that traditional.
And so you and I looked through this and it was recorded in Nashville.
Yeah, it was recorded in
Nashville, which we were surprised.
You can see, like it's
old.
You know, it's old.
It's old.
It has seen its time.
I don't know how many of these tapes existed. However, so she tells me the story with Kristen Downing and that she found it and the whole thing. So I end up doing some Googling. Mm-hmm. I find a YouTube video, and I sent you a screen grab of this, of one of the songs somebody had popped up on YouTube, and there were 2 comments on this.
Yes,
and it was 2 people going, I thought I was the only one who ever knew about this tape.
Yep.
I cannot believe that this song is on YouTube. It feels like a fever dream. So there were a handful of us out in the world listening to this Christmas rap.
But how did and I need to go back to Kristen because I haven't followed up with her. But
how did she find it?
There's no band.
No.
There's no band name. There's no nothing. It just literally says Christmas rap music.
That's all it says. There's not a name of a guy.
Like the cassette thing is broken. Like the fact that this has been held together and got here is a miracle. I mean, this is a miracle.
I love it. It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle.
And the fact that we were able to listen to it straight away. But I do love on the side, it says Christmas rap, 12 traditional and contemporary songs, includes Up on the Housetop, Jingle Bells, and 12 Days of Christmas.
Yep.
Like that's the highlights, I guess. That's the highlights.
Yep.
So here's the next phase in this.
Yes. What is it?
I know my parents have VHS footage from my house growing up
Yes.
of my sister and I, or maybe mom and I, like dancing and laughing and listening to this music. I know that VHS exists.
We got to find it.
So
Gotta find it.
That's going to be what comes next. But
Put your mom on that. Don't you think that's a good project for her? Hey, Pam, I know you're listening. Pam, now that you have Christmas all put away, I do need you to go to those VHS tapes. I'm going to start talking Southern so that she really hears me.
Pam.
Go, Pam. Please go to those VHS tapes and try to find Kristen and Lauren, Sister Lauren, dancing and singing along to this because we need to hear the partridge in a pear tree. Thank you.
Thank you. It truly, that would be another epiphany for mom is to go through the VHS. Let's get that converted to digital.
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
That's a nice gift.
Ashley Beaver said she wanted to do it, but it made her nervous to send the tapes off. And I understand that. That's a little nerve wracking. You know,
there's got to be someone local.
That's what I said.
There was the girl who, took my DVD, or her graduation DVD and made it onto the little USB for
That's
me
true.
to show the proposal.
Did she send that off or do it local?
She did it here.
Okay, let's find out.
I think she said like my husband does this or she does it. Like it's a side gig that they do, and I can follow up with her and say, does he do VHS?
Yes.
Or do you do VHS to digital?
Okay, we're doing that.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
So we have several people to follow up with, so we do need to hop off this here episode and skedaddle.
Look, we don't have our Thursday episode, but we have given y'all 2 hours almost.
A big boy episode.
A big,
really
juicy.
Full.
And you know what? I feel and I fear
Yeah.
that we didn't even get to all the things that we had written down or needed to say for the new year.
No, I know.
Y'all can look forward to next Tuesday.
Yep.
Still getting so much piping hot
Catching
tea.
up.
Yes, yes.
We have lots to catch up on. So much happened. Who knew?
Ooh, so go use the privy in privacy. And we will see y'all on the flippity flop to be continued.